us to Arsenal. Choma, we're on your terrain. You lead us on this one. Yesterday, your man Joelinton, Bruno G, as you call him, Eddie Howe, and his men were annihilated yesterday at the Emirates. Their course at the Emirates continued. The Howe has not won with any team at the Emirates before. Newcastle, I think they scored a goal at the Emirates last in 2011, and they have not won in like 20 years or so at the Emirates. Yesterday, after coming back from the one goal lost midweek to Porto, you could see that the Arsenal players were wounded and were bitter, and they put Newcastle on a very serious pressure, wave of attacks, will stop scoring. For the sixth time now, Arsenal has scored more than 3 goals in an EPL game. And the most interesting thing about it was that Newcastle is a team that has a reputation of bullying teams physically in a game. They have all kinds of gimmicks that they use against teams to get results. And all that we are used against them yesterday. You can imagine Arsenal scoring 2 corner kick goals against Newcastle that has over 7 players with more than 6 feet height. So Choma, let's know. I know you watched that game. Talk us through what was the interesting part for you. Your boy Kai Havertz is beginning to do business, scored goals. Justice, is good you're here. I know Chelsea fans were happy when Arsenal signed Kai Havertz. It looks like if at the end of the day we're beginning to see why Arteta was adamant that Kai Havertz must come to Arsenal. Choma, you have the floor.
So I am very happy to dance on this floor. You see that Newcastle's game yesterday was very beautiful. That's why you pay a set piece coach to drill your guys. When this season started, we saw that there was a certain kind of romance between Arteta and his set piece coach, to the extent that the set piece coach even gets his own sideline gimmicks and everything. Is because he knows he's working on those boys. That game was such a beauty to watch because, what did they expect? I don't care that they buy giants from every corner of the world as footballers in Newcastle, but you can have a 5 whatever Italian artist in the midfield. And I remember Chelsea fans mocking us when we went for Jorginho, and they were like, "Oh, finish goods buyer. What is he going to do?" I can't remember what I was on this channel that somebody said that Jorginho is the perfect Arsenal player. Like, Jorginho fits the Arsenal campaign. Do you understand? I can't believe I'm saying this, but like, when I was watching Jorginho, all the while I watched him in Chelsea, it wasn't about the color of his jersey. Believe me, no disrespect to blue, yeah. But I never saw that finesse in his work the way I'm looking at it now. I think because he's getting older, so he's fine-tuning it. We all know he has always been a leader. But the way he bosses, the way he carries himself, that game, I spent my time watching Jorginho. It was the way he was sending out these passes. That guy is an artist, not because he's Italian, but that guy is an artist. That game was, Bruno G was busy falling up and down because he did not see anybody to bully. That guy, he annoys me, but that's not what I want to talk about. And then I watched how we succeeded in bullying everybody that used to scare me on that team. Gordon was nowhere to be found. Livramento, he tried to get his freak on. I like him as a player, by the way. I think Chelsea, that was quite a loss, by the way, but there was nothing for him. I could sit down here and talk about how that game made me feel. I want to gush about Kai Havertz. Somebody was like, what is he doing in front of the goal today now? Shouldn't we do as usual? I'm like, today is the day he's going to put the ball inside that place. Of course, we saw what he did, and his goal was very comforting, by the way. He didn't need much help, he just played his role. So that's how I feel about that game. It was thoroughly done. Although we came back from Portugal a bit sore, I was so sad, by the way, that game.
Why?
Yeah.
Why
I
were
mean, that
why were you sad?
I was so sad because I felt like Martinelli didn't show up for that game in Portugal. In fact, I did not know what happened to us in
Well,
Portugal.
they did.
And I
Like I
was
told
so
you,
sad.
there's a forum that we belong who said Arsenal has never won at Porto, but we always take care of business in
I
second leg.
saw, no, see, that's the thing. I
So
saw the
you
whole
have that history.
stats.
Who is
No,
laughing?
see, that's the thing.
Who attacked you and say?
No,
But let me
see,
ask
that's
you
the
directly
thing.
so we can round up. Is the noise about signing Kai Havertz, is it dead now?
I guess the people that made the noise, we were waiting on them. I haven't been hearing them say much. I actually wanted to give one of them a call and ask him what he thinks, but I said, let me just let sleeping dogs lie. Let them just continue to keep quiet and watch and enjoy what the young man is doing for Arsenal. Clearly, the coach that bought him knew why he bought him, and
Yeah,
against all odds and against all the criticism and advice, both the coach and Kai Havertz himself have simply put their head down and continued to work. I look at Havertz and the strength of character of Kai, man, is quite astounding. Even look at the way he's playing right now. Even his body language, he doesn't care. He just goes into that field, gives his 100%. Whatever you're saying, whether good or bad, he doesn't care. He just moves on with his life.
I'm telling
He
you, I
reminds
watched
me
his
of,
interview the other day.
yes, exactly. Reminds me of Ben White. Those are two of the most I don't care people I've seen in the world at that level. They just play their game. Whatever you want to say, and they move on. Right. So I respect Kai. I respect what he's doing. And watching that game yesterday, do you know during that game, an Arsenal fan sent me a message around the uh, around the 60th or around the 50th minute of the game. I was like, what is this Kai Havertz doing in Arsenal? He's always missing chances. He gets sitters and misses chances up and down. I'm like, oh my goodness. You've watched this game for 50 minutes. And this is
and
what
this
you
guy
send me.
has
This is what you have to tell me. Well, I said, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Watch the game and enjoy it. If you don't want to watch the game, look for something else to do. But if you call me to criticize Kai Havertz after the work he put in that game, yes, he missed a sitter one-on-one. Who doesn't miss sitters? Did you see Haaland in their game against these guys the other day?
No, you're going for even Saka, even Odegaard. All of them miss chances.
Everybody misses chances, but man, the young man he set the tone in that game. Look at the first 5-10 seconds into the game. The first ball that we lobbed towards Havertz, the way he made that ball,
he won all his draw. He always does in every game. As Langui as
you people are not even hitting the point. The point we have now.
Before I get to you, give me 1 second. Let's not bully Justice. He's been here admiring and hearing about good things. You're mute.
It's like an Arsenal show, and
sorry,
no, this is Arsenal time now. We talked about Chelsea. We gave you your time.
Nobody has
don't come with that Chelsea victim mentality. We took time to talk about Chelsea on this show. Now we're discussing Arsenal. Let me ask you, as a rival fan, looking in from outside, what do you envy about Arsenal at the moment? What do you think Chelsea can take from Arsenal?
No, okay. I want to also disagree with Ikem, who says Arsenal needs to win a league. It's too. We are so far away. That's you. Yeah,
it's not an argument. It's not. You can argue the way you like. I've told you the point. Write it down. We'll take our trophy. Go around London and enjoy it.
Yes, we're taking note of it and we'll visit it at some point, maybe end of April.
Yeah.
However, I think there's also what I think is a woman that said it. there is this belief. There's this belief about the team. In fact, when I watched the first 20, 30 minutes of the game, I was like, wow, Newcastle is in trouble. In fact, at the point, the defenders of Newcastle, nobody knew what he was doing. Botman and Shah and what's his name again? Trippier, they were all over the place. These guys were running ragged. Like, Arsenal was like on them. So that mentality of like, this is a game we can win. This is our terrain. This is a statement to make after losing in Europe. Like, they had that mentality. They came out for it. They were on Newcastle. Gimenez, Bruno G. He was catching his breath. So the game was so fast. Arsenal was just, in fact, the precision was very good. Everybody, in fact, you celebrate Kai Havertz. Me, I love Jorginho. There's this up pass Jorginho gives that is orgasmic. So it's my guy. So I've always loved Jorginho. Especially when you have possession, he's the master. He can, he pull on the fouls. He, pass the short passes. He loops the ball. Arsenal was just spot on yesterday. They had a plan. They stuck to it, and they were very decisive. So I'm very proud of Arsenal what they're doing. Yesterday I had to congratulate them. I saw a team that had clear vision of what they want to be. But within the league, I'm not convinced yet.
Mauricio Sarri came to Chelsea at a time that Kante was a lord in their midfield, and he was adamant, pushed Kante out and installed Jorginho in the middle of that park. Many Chelsea fans did not understand it, did not believe it. But if you understand football, you could see why he did that. And I think the same year, he did it with Italy, and they won the Euros. So I'm not surprised about what Jorginho is doing right now. I don't know, rate Mikel Arteta and Edu in their talent ID. They have signed so many players that were controversial at the beginning, and eventually Ramsdale, everybody's crying now that Arteta is benching over Raya. People were questioning when you sign Ramsdale, how can you go and sign the keeper 23 million that had failed relegation 3 times? Arteta said, no, that's my man. He signed Ben White. People were saying 50 million for Ben White is too much. After half season, nobody remembers how much Ben White signed again. The same thing has happened with Jorginho. When Jorginho came, Chelsea fans were saying, finish article. Now he's a key man. All the big games that Arsenal has played this season, Jorginho has played a very huge role. The only one that backfired was against Tottenham. And we know what happened in that game. He had a very good game, but just that one time, he made a mistake, they scored, and he has come back from it. Kai Havertz, again, this summer, they went in and got Kai Havertz. Everybody, whole football world, everybody was questioning why Kai Havertz was signed. He started off on the wrong foot, but Arteta kept insisting that he knows what he's got in Kai Havertz, and now we're seeing it. So talk to us about Mikel Arteta and Edu and the conviction when they sign players.
To start with, I wish Jorginho was a lot younger at this time, but such is life. Kai Havertz, that's what I was going to say before. We have a problem as Arsenal, as a team now, meaning if Gabriel Jesus should come back, where is he coming and what is he coming to do? You see where the problem is, and it's a good problem. There are some problems that are good problem. Because that height advantage, you see what happened in that match yesterday? People didn't really understand it. My son called me from uni and said, Dad, are you watching? I said, yes. He said, what did I tell you about Kai? I said, I know. He said, he's not coming to Arsenal to come and be that fantastic player. He said, my son has been telling me that Arsenal lack that dirty player in that team. That Kai is coming there to do that job. Normal Newcastle will bully the small Saka, small Martinelli, small Gabriel Jesus. But with Kai, with their height, all of them are in the same height. And if you see, like what you said, immediately the first few minutes of the game, he was all over the place. And all over the place in the good sense that he wants to establish himself in front of that place to tell them, guys, listen, I'm here. Don't muck about, you know? So Edu and Arteta, sometimes to me, I think we had a discussion about Raya and Ramsdale. Till tomorrow, my opinion, I prefer Ramsdale. I will not choose Raya over Ramsdale no matter what for me. But I tell people, when a coach set his team out there to go and play, he has trained with them within the week. He has built his tactics. He has a plan. When the plan fails, yes, we hold him accountable to that. But not when he's doing well with the plan. We should rally around and enjoy it. That's why we are fans. There is nothing we can do. If by tomorrow he put out the list and you see Saka is not in the team and he's fit, he might have his reason. It might be tactical formation, you know. So, Edu, my only problem with them is I want them to change that method way back, whereby let us identify our players for summer now. Immediately, the summer stint goes like what they did with Declan Rice. That gave Declan Rice the whole confidence to come and do what he is doing now. Because if you look at the game yesterday, I was asking myself, what is it? What is are we playing 2-10? Are we not playing number 8? I don't even understand because he was always going to score yesterday. You saw he missed one good shot.
Yeah, of course.
And even when Saka scored, he was just in front of the post, calling Saka to give him ball. You understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that diverted the attention of some of the defenders, thinking that Saka was going to pass that ball, and Saka now shot. So what I'm saying is, I give them out of 10, work in progress. I give them 6.57. Yeah. So now we know that we are not there yet. What I mean by not there yet is we need to get the bench like City. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
In a situation it's not working out at the first half, second half, 70 minutes, 75 minutes, you can get. Look at what Modric did in this game now.
I understand what you're saying, but we have that bench. It's just that we have injuries. Arsenal, Arsenal fans and the world are forgetting that Arsenal has 5 starters, 5 that are not playing right now. Partey has
that are going to struggle to come back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they were fit, we have the bench.
Yeah, but they're going to struggle to come back.
If without them we are doing what we are doing, that means if they are fit, we have like 7 players who have the same right to start this.
I'm not talking about this season. I mean in summer. If they're going to go for anything, let them identify quick, do the business.
Yeah, early. But as long as I used to say something, signing a player it lies in three parties: the player, the club that is selling, and the buying club. So sometimes you're willing to buy a player, you have a value of the player, but if the selling club say maybe they want to wait and see they have more offers coming, or they want more money and it's beyond your value, and the player is willing to work with the selling club, sometimes your handicap, you can't really do much except you want to walk away and go to your second option. And sometimes you really want to wait, like Declan Rice situation. Arsenal was hell-bent on signing him and they're willing to wait, and they saw it out. So sometimes it's not really you can have your player you want to sign, you're willing to sign the player, you agree with the player, but the selling club feels that player has more options, or they have more options, especially when the player has 2, 3, 4 years left in his contract. He can't really force things, except you're willing to pay a premium on that player, maybe 10, 20 million more than what you're supposed to pay, and get him. So sometimes it's not really their fault. But I understand what you're saying. It's very, very good when a team gets their targets early, go on preseason and come back full, and then and go from there. I think that's the way to go. So far under Arteta and the Edu, we have done that most of the time. They have signed their players on time, instead of the ones that selling clubs are difficult to deal with. So I believe we have done notice on this one. Jorginho has become a mainstay in Arsenal. It's good to see that Arsenal fans have fully, accepted Jorginho in the team now, though we know that he cannot play week in, week out. For Arsenal to win the league, if I want to agree with you, Nkem, I think we need to have Gabriel Jesus, Thomas Partey, Tomiyasu. We need to have these players fully fit as quickly as possible for Arsenal to be able to push on to win this league. They're in a very good position. I don't think Liverpool, I've been saying it all season, as good as they look, I don't think they have the spine to win the league. It's going to get tough very soon. So, and that's now, if they don't have any more injuries and these players come back, okay, I can be with you on that ride that that's not going to win the league. I have that feeling that they will win the league this season, but it's like Justice said, it's a little bit early to say. It depends on what happens. If Partey can play 10 league games for Arsenal between now and the end of the season, Arsenal will win the league. I guarantee you that one. What we saw with Jorginho yesterday, because Jorginho cannot do it week in, week out for Arsenal, that's the problem. So Partey can do exactly what Jorginho is, even better in some aspects. So you need him back. You need Tomiyasu back. Kivio, sometimes his fans argue, give player a playing time. Kivio, you can see that week in, week out is showing on him right now. It's going to take time for him to get used to playing week in, week out. So at this point, by the next game, I believe Kivio needs to be rested. And I'm not talking about Zinchenko coming back. Maybe Tomiyasu should. If he was fit, Kivio won't be this tired. So if Arsenal are going to win the league, they need these 5 players to come back as quickly as possible to push on. Don't forget there's still Europe, Champions League to play on the side. So Arsenal is in a good way. They can win the league. I've asked that question many times. Do you think they can win the league? Me, I believe they can win the league.
It's not they can. You keep saying they can. Arsenal will win the league. I keep saying it. I don't know why you people don't understand it. The league is
okay. I believe you. Like it's documented. Like you will say it's well documented. It's well documented on this channel that Arsenal will win the league this season, and. Probably we'll wait and see what happens with Porto. If the same movie we've been watching is what we'll watch in 3 weeks' time, then we can not set target for them in the Champions League. Guys, thank you for stopping by. We've done justice to this week. There are so many talking points. If we continue to look at them, we'll be here for 2 days. Justice, thank you for stopping by. We hope we'll see you more often here in Kim. I know you guys are busy, but try and make our time every week and join us to look at these games. We have enjoyed your analysis and your takes on these games, and we look forward to next week, and thank you, and bye for now. Ciao.
Thank you.